Hi guys, D900Man here from migratiphone.com, and we're here to give you the full lineup of what's happening in the Apple event of today. So we're hoping to see a release of the iPhone 4S/iPhone 5. We are hoping that it will definitely be a iPhone 5 event rather than a 4S. And to start with, we're just going to give you a few roundups of some of the rumours. So we've heard that we should be seeing a A5 processor in the new iPhone. We should also be seeing a 1 gig of RAM to speed up things as well, and we should also be seeing possibly a larger screen as well. Obviously we're going to see ISO 5 and also some assistant features. So it looks like that people are starting to head in right now. So let's see what's happening, and please comment in the comments box just next to ourselves. We would love to interact with you guys while this is happening. It seems that people are just entering into the hall of the Apple event now. It is being held in the Cupertino campus of Apple, so we are thinking that it is quite small. Reports are that it is a lot smaller compared to what we're actually used to. So 5 minutes remaining. It's nice to see that some of you are joining us right now, and let's see what is happening. So you can also follow us on Twitter, where we'll be posting all this information right now as well. So let's speak to us on Twitter. That's user account @MyGreatIPhone. Ask us some questions there, and also please use the comments box on this video as well. We'll be happy to interact with you guys. So at the moment there's a lot of chatter happening in the event. Obviously it is being streamed across the pond to a Apple store here in the UK. So unfortunately we can't be there, but we are going to give you all the information on what's going to be happening. So let us know what you would like to see of the new iPhone in the comments box, and we'll be happy to answer it. So we've only just got about a couple of minutes left. What's going on now? People are starting to take their seats and definitely get into the mood. I really can't wait to see a new iPhone. I've been trying to get rid of my iPhone 4, which has done me really well over the last year or so. But I really want a new iPhone 5. Hopefully they are going to see a new design to the iPhone. I do love the iPhone 4 design, but a new slimmer design, hopefully with a curved glass back, that would be absolutely excellent. So we're still only a couple of minutes away from the new iPhone event. Please remember to definitely head over to MyGreatIPhone, so that's www.mygreatiphone.com, and also read what's going on. If you miss the event at all, you can definitely catch up. We've got one of our writers typing it all up as it's all going ahead. So if you miss this, definitely head over, or if you miss anything, head over and let's see, and you'll be able to catch up there. Okay, so it's nice to see some of you guys are posting in the comments. If you want to ask us anything, please remember to just post those comments, and we'll try and let you know what's being said as well. Okay, so only a few minutes to go, and it looks like we have hit 6 o'clock here GMT time, and 10 o'clock in what I like to be called Apple time. So definitely things should start being kicking off right now. I can't wait to see what happens. Do you think that Steve Jobs is going to be there? Would you like Steve Jobs to be there? Or, would you just love for Tim Cook to take the reins? Okay, so we've only got a few minutes to wait now. As you can probably see, our RSS feed is scrolling across the bottom of this video. So there are recent article posts. So we would absolutely love you to head over to My Great iPhone and let us know what you think about our articles. You can also catch up on them on my Google Plus account. So if you just search for D900Man on Google Plus, and also you can head over to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/MyGreatIPhone, and to pick up all the information there. So the event actually has not started quite yet. It should be starting in just a few moments. I can't actually wait. I don't think Steve Jobs is going to be unveiling the new product. I think it's definitely down to Tim Cook to be doing that. So, as much as I'd love Steve Jobs to be sorting this out, I just don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. Okay, so the event still hasn't really started at the moment. They're playing a little bit of Jumping Jack Flash at the moment, but not much is happening. Nobody has taken the stage as yet. If you guys want me to answer any of your questions, and if you can type in English, that would be great. I'm glad that we're getting subscribers all over the world. That is really good to see. At the moment, we've got about 140 watchers, 144 watching this right now. So that is really, really good. Okay, so Tim Cook has just taken to the stage, and his first quotes, "It's a pleasure to host you today." Tim Cook is probably feeling really quite nervous about standing up there. He's not a massive spokesperson like Steve Jobs was, but I think he will do a great job at this event. He looks happy, and he's not in a turtleneck like Steve, unfortunately. But I cannot wait to see what type of things, see what he has to deliver. Hopefully, I'm really interested in this assistant feature myself. Okay, so Tim's just talking about a few things that has been launched from the campus that they are actually streaming from. They said the original iPod that we know, that was before the iPod Classic actually, was revealed at the campus as well. So that's really good. Then there's the MacBook Air, which he says has fundamentally changed the way people think about computers. And I absolutely love the MacBook Air. I'm more of a MacBook Pro type of guy, to be honest. I need that space and everything, but the MacBook Airs, I would really, really love. So, if you want to, if you're enjoying watching this, then please tweet the link out as well. I'm sure loads of people will be wanting to watch this as well. Okay, so a lot of people are asking where I am actually watching this from, and I'm not watching it. I'm not there at all, as you can probably see. I'm in my bedroom / office type of space right now. So enough about my room. Let's have a look. So Tim Cook goes on to say that 2 new stores have opened in China in the past week. Hong Kong and Shanghai have seen new stores. But he's saying today we're going to learn about new innovations in software and hardware and the integration of all these into a powerful yet simple integrated experience. So I think a lot about that he is talking about is the iCloud, which hopefully we should see launched now. I'd like to thank all 164 people watching this out there. I hope you're enjoying it. I really hope that you can stay with us through the whole event. It's really nice having you guys as well. So Tim Cook's still chatting about, he's still chatting about the new stores that they've opened up around the world, and Apple have kicked out a lot of stores over the last few days. It's absolutely great how many stores, and I'd love to have one nearer to me in the UK. I think an Apple store is exactly how a computer store should be. I had the pleasure of actually heading over and going to an Apple store earlier this year in Birmingham in the UK, and the service was impeccable. I managed to check myself in from my iPhone. As soon as I walked in, my iPhone did that because I'd actually booked an appointment, and it was a really fast experience. So Tim Cook is being a lot more subtle than it's been reported than Steve Jobs ever was. I'm sure he is getting enough laughs out of the place. It's quite a small type of thing that they are holding. It's not this massive event like they usually get. So we have got a question, and the question is, what is the name given to the new iPhone? Is it going to be the iPhone 4S or the iPhone 5? Personally, I would love to see it being called the iPhone 5. iPhone 4S just doesn't do it for me, and it's too similar to the iPhone 3GS. I personally want to see a whole new design of an iPhone. There's been rumours that they're going to do a CDMA more design iPhone 4, but I don't really want that. I would also really want there to be a better front-facing camera, but I don't know what aspects that's going to be either. So at the moment they're showing a lot more information about the opening of the new stores, and they're showing little videos about what happened at the opening of the new stores as well. There is rumours that the iPhone 5 is going to be exclusive to Sprint, and that rumour was that Sprint did a bet the whole company, and I believe it was £20 billion worth of investment that they ploughed down to sell all the iPhones that they possibly could, confirming that they are going to be getting the iPhone 5 over everybody else. Personally, I don't think Apple needs that $20 billion personally. I just can't see it happening at all. Why would they do that? They've been running with AT&T since the original iPhone, and I don't think they're going to cut that link just right now. I can't personally see that happening. I would, and for the rest of the world, I live in the UK. I would love to see them actually release the iPhone 5 here in the UK, and I just can't see them cutting out Verizon and AT&T like they have done, unfortunately. Okay, so they're talking about some new products. First of all, they're talking about Mac and, of course, OS X Lion. So OS 10 Lion. And, you know, the big news, it's saying that it's actually the best operating system that they've got out there. And so far, 6 million copies of Lion been downloaded so far. And that's apparently 80% more than Snow Leopard. So I don't know if they're talking about downloaded versions. Obviously, the main way to get Lion is through the App Store on your Mac, and it's around about a 3 gigabyte file. I'm still running Snow Leopard myself. I quite like Snow Leopard, especially on my MacBook Pro, which I'm using now to stream this. And I think that is, you know, Snow Leopard does everything that I need to. Okay, so they're saying that they've been compared to Windows 7, and it took 20 weeks to reach 10% of the Windows install base. You know, it took Lion 2 weeks to reach that type of figure. At the same time, Apple announced a new MacBook Air, which is, like I've said, is a really, really nice device. It's so ultra slim and light. It's just great. The only trouble I feel about the new MacBook Airs is the storage is not just there for using it as my own thing. So at the moment they're showing how quickly people adopted OS 10 Lion compared to Windows 7, and you know the stuff that they're showing is absolutely excellent. They just snapped straight through it. They're saying that the Mac platform grew 23% in the last year, and the PC market, which is quite funny, only grew 4%. So a lot of people are talking now, taking to Mac operating systems. I used to be a full PC user, you know, only just over a year ago, and I would never now change back to a Mac. Unfortunately, you know, that wouldn't happen at all for me. So Apple are approaching 60 million Mac users worldwide, which is an absolutely huge amount of users. You know, they are probably they are the biggest company going out there now, and that is just absolutely excellent. So for some reason we have dropped quite a lot of users, unfortunately, and people watching this. We're now back to 78, so I do apologise if people aren't loving this. I know you've all tuned in for the iPhone announcement, but at the moment there is no iPhone announcement out there, so you know, as soon as that happens we will be straight back out here. So people are asking what I think about the new iPods and are they going to release a new one. I do think there's been rumours of them getting rid of the Shuffle and the iPod Classic. I can understand why people love the iPod Classic. You know, it's a huge device to hold all your songs on, and if you need to carry that amount much music, that's the device that you need to go and get. The iPod Shuffle, on the other hand, I just can't see the point of the iPod Shuffle at all. It's just you can't see what song, you can't select one song. I just don't like it at all. We've been asked, the event is called Let's Talk iPhone. Where's the info? There is no iPhone info at this moment in time, unfortunately. You know, you can't give information that hasn't been released. Do I think that there's going to be a new white iPod Touch? I hope so. They have released the white iPhone that has been here since the iPhone 3GS. The iPhone 4 released earlier this year in white. I can't see why they wouldn't release a white iPod Touch, and I think that would I think it would be really nice. People are asking where to find a link to the actual event. You're not going to find a link to the event, unfortunately, guys. Apple are not streaming this event live unless you've got a media pass to their Regent Street store in London. You're just not going to find, or unless you're at Apple's campus in Cupertino. So, you can either head over to one of the sites that's posting all this, or you can stay with me. I'm giving you the news as soon as it's coming in. I'm enjoying you guys asking the questions that you are. Unfortunately, you're not going to see the live event on this channel. Apple aren't streaming it anywhere, but I'm trying to give you all the information that you need to. So they're saying over 300 million iPods have been sold since the iPod was first released. They're saying it took Sony over 30 years to sell 220,000 Walkman cassette players. So that's 300 million iPods. That is a stupid amount of iPods. That is a hell of a lot of iPods out there. The iPod is still a large and important market for Apple, and over 45 million iPods have been sold since July 2010 to June 2011. So that is quite a lot of numbers, guys. I did not see a leak of the iPhone 4S website, unfortunately, so I can't actually comment on that question. Was it done on purpose if they did do it? I don't know. Apple generally don't do things like that. The event has started. For those that are watching, they're talking, as Apple do, about a number of other things before they get to that crucial iPhone moment. So now I'm talking about iTunes, and they're now up to 20 million songs listed in iTunes. And that's 20 times more songs than the service first launched with. The event's usually about an hour and a half, 2 hours, all in all. So next up is the iPhone, and so this is where we're going to start talking about the new iPhone. So the iPhone 4 now makes up half of the overall iPhone market. So the iPhone 4 is more popular than the iPhone. They've sold the iPhone 4 more than what they sold of the 3G, the 3GS, and the 2G, the original iPhone. So that's 125% growth year over year for iPhone sales. That's a massive amount of growth. People are saying about the iPod 3G. Is there going to be an iPod 3G? With this cloud storage, I can kind of see the point of that, but then people are going to need to be tied into contracts for iPod Touches. Is that going to happen? Generally, it's more of a teenage base that has an iPod Touch. We'll have to wait and see. I can see the point of it, especially with the iCloud becoming more and more. So they're talking about how customers love the new iPhone, and it's true, people do love the iPhone, and it is consistently rated the #1 phone in satisfaction surveys. They're doing really big things with the iPhone, and I had an iPhone 2G, and then they changed that to a BlackBerry. I couldn't get on with a BlackBerry at all, so I then went to an iPhone 3G, an iPhone 3GS, and now my iPhone 4, and I cannot wait for the iPhone 4S, hopefully iPhone 5 to, I just severely hope that they do that. So now they're talking about the iPad, and they're saying that the iPad is Apple's youngest category of people out there, and I can relate to that. I have a 8-year-old daughter, I have a 3-year-old son, and both of them absolutely love the iPad. They play games on there, they watch films on there, and they do everything on there. My wife loves the iPad. It's such an easy device to pick up and just do what you want with. It's so portable as well. So yeah, definitely the iPad is, I've got to say, one of probably the best Apple products that they've got out there. So Poisno Ninja has asked, do I jailbreak my iPhone? Yes, I do. At the current moment, I am running iOS 5 on my device and beta 7. Hopefully we're going to see a Gold Master release today. I would love that to happen. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm getting the news from, because you're just going to head there. And I like the interaction that we're having right now. So I hope you're enjoying watching this. I would really, really like you to carry on, stay with us, and we will carry on talking about what is happening. So at the moment, they're still talking about, you know, what is actually going on with the iPad. So we're going to give you some more information as soon as we can. So they're talking about how they're using the iPad. They're talking about how they've incorporated the iPad into a lot of their school children's lives, and they're saying that every state in the US has an iPad development program, either in place or in pilot, and that's 1,000 schools have a one-to-one program. And you know, I think it's really interesting how Apple are trying to push the iPad into the schools. And my daughter, who is 8, their school class have all just recently got an iPad too to use. Each child is using that, and you know, it's so diverse, and you know, everything generally works for them. It's so easy to do. People are still asking to know whether I can get a live stream. The live stream, you're not going to see a live stream of this event, however. So what's the great part of the iCloud and iOS 5? So if you have got an iPhone 5, an iPhone 4, because you won't have an iPhone 5 yet, and an iPad, if you're using the iCloud feature, you can take a picture and it will appear on your iPad in the photo stream. And I think that is absolutely, I love how that happens. You know, you can share stuff instantaneously. You can all, you know, everybody can do so much with that. And, you know, I just absolutely love it. I'm currently selling my iPhone 4 on eBay also, so I am getting a lot of eBay messages. I've had some dreadful happenings with eBay over the last few days. You know, they just don't want to play ball, unfortunately. I've had people making strange bids on my device. I've had all kinds of stuff happening. So for those people saying that they'd love to be at the event, I would also love to be at the event as well. There would nothing be more happy to me than me being at the Apple event down in London. For those that are asking how much I'm selling my iPhone 4 for, I want about £400 for it. It comes with all the complete kit, bar the headphones. There is about £350 worth of extras that come with it. There's about 15 cases overall. You have a My Sunny charging pack with it. You know, I absolutely love my devices. For those that are asking, yes, I am on Twitter, and my Twitter now account is D900man. I have just posted that in the description below. I will not ship this device outside the US, outside the UK, unfortunately, guys. It's just not going to happen. So they've started talking about the App Store, and so they've handed over to Scott Forstall, who's up, and they've said that they've sold over more than 250 million devices, and that makes the iOS a #1 mobile operating system as well. So if you're looking at browsing, iOS accounts for more than 61% of that market. Android, on the other hand, takes 31% of the market overall. Okay, so they have around 500,000 apps in the App Store, and 140,000 of those are purely for the iPad. So in relation, you could not use all those apps, and I don't think you could download them at all. People are downloading more than 1 billion apps per month, and in just a little more than 3 years since the App Store was created, they've downloaded more than 18 billion apps in total. Apple have paid more than $3 billion to developers for making those apps, and I would love to be able to do that as well. I would really love to get into app creation. So they're talking about a few apps that you can create on your iPhone or your iPad. They're talking about stuff like you can create cards, so they've all different types of information just there as well. So have you guys got any more questions for me? Thanks for those that have just started following me on Twitter. They are talking about a new application that they are releasing. So they talked about how they've made a lot of applications themselves. This new one is called Cards. So the new app allows you to create a card on your phone, and they'll do the rest. You can print them out, emboss them, and you can choose from over 21 designs. And once you've created the card on your iPhone, they say that they'll do the rest. They'll print it out for you, put the address on it, mail it, and if you're in the US, you'll be able to track that card as well. They say cards will be available from October the 12th. Now, is that because October the 12th is going to be the release date for iOS 5? That could be a subtle hint there, guys. So I'm going with an October the 12th release for iOS 5 and the 14th for the iPhone download. So now they're going to go and talk about iOS 5. The Cards app is going to be a free download. I'm not part of Apple at all. People are asking what my favourite Cydia application is. My favourite is probably used to have to be QTweeter or an application called LockInfo. Absolutely great devices. So they're going to talk about iOS 5 right now. So they've already seen it being seeded to more than 100,000 developers, and they love it. And I have to say, yeah, I do love it. I've been using it since Beta 1, and I think it's absolutely excellent. And they're saying that they're going to just recap on the top 10 features. So notifications, if you haven't all heard, they are now running Notification Center, so you get no more of those ugly pop-ups at all. On the lock screen, you get a slide and it will take you straight to that one. And you have a notification bar, so instead of the ugly pop-up popping up in the middle of the screen, it just scrolls at the top of the device, and then you have a notification bar that you can pull down. You can see your notifications, like I said, on the lock screen. You just swipe to go directly to that application. A new one that they've also is put on iMessage. It's a new messaging service. Think BlackBerry Messenger, but better. I absolutely love it. You can send photos, videos, message, text. Excellent. and it works on any type of connection. So Wi-Fi, 3G, it's really good. So they're now talking about reminders. It allows you to create reminders for different types of things. But it's not just, oh look, there's going to be a reminder, there's something that you need to do. It's actually geo-fenced. So when you get to a certain area, that it'll pop up and say, right, you're here, you need to do this while you're here. Or when you leave somebody, when you leave, it'll say, right, you need to do this. Now, one of my favourite things, and I spoke about Q-Tweeter, which was an application that let you tweet from anywhere. Well, that has actually been integrated through Twitter themselves and Apple using iOS 5, and now you get this Twitter integration. So in certain applications, you have a share button, you click on that, a panel drops down, and you link videos, photos, website addresses, YouTube streams, absolutely anything at all. I am on Facebook. I won't give out my personal details on Facebook, but for those people that are asking, Migrate iPhone are on Facebook, and it's www.facebook.com/Migrate iPhone. Head over there and also pick up, like us as well. And you can pick up all our news feeds as well. So there's talk about Newsstand as well, and we haven't actually seen Newsstand, but basically, if you think iBooks, this is for magazines and publications that get updated weekly, monthly, and once you subscribe to that, it will automatically download those. So it's really quite a nice feature, and it will download the new issues. So say that you subscribe to the Times, for instance. When there's a new copy of the Times, you will absolutely get that new one downloaded, and you won't actually have to do anything. So now they're talking about the camera, and one of the features that they've integrated into the camera is this new feature just here. If I double click the home button, if you can probably see that, just double click that, I now get a camera button, and I can launch my camera application straight away, which is a really nice feature as well. Not only that, but you get this new options feature, and you also get HDR and a grid effect as well. So you can make sure that your picture is totally straight, which is a nice new. You can also set the exposure by holding down, and also something that people asked for was pinch to zoom as well. And for those of you that don't know, a new feature is also using the plus camera button to take pictures on your device as well. So thanks for all those people that are tweeting me saying that they like my commentary. Thanks very much. I'm trying to do the best that I can, bringing you the news as quickly as it comes in. So people are asking on Twitter, do we think that we'll see the new iOS 5 release today? And unfortunately, I don't think that is going to happen. We might see the Goldmaster release today, but unfortunately, I don't think you're going to see a final release today. Goldmaster has not even come out yet, and I expect that to be some massive news shortly. Another thing about the camera application that they're talking about now is the ability to edit photos. So you can remove red eye, you can change the colour contrast, you can auto fix them, you can crop them, you can rotate them. All the things that you should have been able to do straight away, Apple have now incorporated into iOS 5. So I think that is great on there as well. For all those people that are watching, you can also follow all the news on the Migrate iPhone Twitter account. That's www.twitter.com/Migrate iPhone, and we're posting all the news directly as it happens right now, guys. So I don't think we're going to see an iPhone release today and it to be told it's going to be in stores tomorrow. That's not going to happen at all, So unfortunately, you just need to be a little bit more patient. So they're going ahead and they're talking about Game Center right now. So Game Center is one of those things which enables you to not help people, but play games against other people, which is, I think it's a great little feature, to be honest with you. I do think it's really nice. It's not something that I use all the time, but it's like, think Xbox Live for iDevices. So they're talking about Safari having new features as well now, and Safari has a new reader feature which incorporates with OS X Lion, and this will allow you to read all your RSS feeds right from your device, which I think is really, really nice. So they're also talking about tabbed browsing. So what you used to get in on the iPad in iOS is you used to get these a little button that tell you how many pages that you have open, but in tabbed browsing it's a bit more like how it is in Safari on your desktop. You have each individual tab with a name across the top, and I think that is really, really great. It makes it a lot more easier. It's not until Apple release these things, and I do sound like a massive Apple fanboy, and I probably guess I am a little bit of a fanboy, to be honest with you. It's a lot easier than it was with iOS 4. So iOS 5 is released on October the 12th, like I said it would be, and that they gave a little hint that was with the card. So iOS 5 to be released on October the 12th. So I definitely think we're going to see a new iPhone to be released around that time now. So now they're talking about iCloud. So if you don't know what iCloud is cloud computing, and it holds a lot of stuff in thin air, realistically, and like I've never really used cloud computing until now, but cloud computing it does exactly what it's meant to, and incorporated in iOS 5, that is what we need. That's what we needed. Apple seemed to just have got cloud computing right. Cloud computing, iCloud is also to be released on October the 12th to the masses. Now, iCloud is going to be absolutely free. It will allow you to have an @me email address. It gives you 5 gigabytes of storage for all different types of things as well. So, if you like cloud, it will allow you to save documents, Excel spreadsheets, all up in the cloud, and get them from any of your devices. Developers are going to get a gold master of iOS 5 today, which I said that would probably happen. I mean, you guys will be absolutely amazed when you see iOS 5. It's the best thing. If you think other iOSs have been good, iOS 4 was meant to be a huge selling point. Well, you just won't.
it's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. Also incorporated in iCloud is the ability to use iTunes music service, and this is launching in the US first of all. So basically, what is going to happen is that you will have songs on your iTunes that you may have incorporated in CD, but they will now match up, and you'll be able to download those from any device. So I don't think I'm going to use that at all. It's not one of those things that I find, that needs to be used. They were also talking about how pages and numbers are going to be used in the Keynote as well, and in the iCloud as well. So pages, numbers, and Keynote, all things. So it's like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint for those people out there. So basically, what that will allow you to do is edit these documents on the fly on your iPad or on your iPhone and upload those to the cloud. When you get to the office, you'll be able to download those straight away. Also, thanks to all those people that are saying that this is really helping them. I'm glad that you're enjoying watching it. I'm trying to give you all the information as quickly as I can and as quickly as it comes up. iCloud also allows you to back up your whole device as well. So when you're plugged in and you're connected to Wi-Fi, it will back up to the iCloud. So you've always got to back up your phone. And as we know, iPhone, iOS 5 and iPads are going to start become cable free, so you won't need to connect them to iTunes to get them started. To back up, to restore them, you won't need to do that. You'll just restore them straight from the iCloud. So that's all the things that you want. Thanks for all those people that are saying that I'm one of the best for Apple News. We do try and bring all that information. They're bringing out a new app called Family and Friends as well. So it's basically Foursquare as well. They have talked about this, so you'll be able to find out where your friends and family are as well. So, some people might like that, some people might not. It's not one of those things that I will really be wanting to use, unfortunately. You can also deal with this friends and families feature parental restrictions, so they're not always going to be sharing their details if your child has one of these devices, which is understandable at the end of the day. You're not going to want people to be able to pick up your child's information straight away at all. For anybody of those that are asking on our Twitter, iOS 5 is going to be releasing on October the 12th. Goldmaster will drop today. So iCloud is going to be free for iOS 5 and OS X line users with updates from device. you know, they're saying that it's a great add-on to iTunes music, to the iTunes Match feature. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest, guys. You know, cloud is absolutely, the iCloud is absolutely great, but in these new things, you know, friends and family, do I really want to know where they all are? I can just phone them as well. So let's see. I am running iOS 5 already, and I do think it's absolutely great on my iPhone 4. It's not out at the moment, it's still in beta. There will also be an iPhoto update for iCloud and PhotoStream. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Where did I get it? I got iOS 5 from the developer. I have a developer license as well. So they talk about how Music Match scans and matches your library against 20 million songs. They upload what it doesn't find, and they'll stream, apparently. So they're talking about actually streaming music from iTunes Match. So basically what they're saying is it will scan your library. If it matches something, you will be able to listen to it on the fly, basically. It is going to cost $25 a year to have access to the iCloud Music Match service. So I don't know how you guys think about that, but I don't think I will be putting that out there. You know, I don't understand why I would want to be doing that. So at the moment they're just showing a video demo of the iCloud and what it looks like, and I've been playing with iCloud as well, and I absolutely love it. So they have managed to jailbreak iOS 5. It is a tethered jailbreak, so not really, you know, what I want to be using. I prefer an untethered jailbreak myself. You know, I do like my jailbreaks, but iOS 5, I did do a blog post on this, and iOS 5 kind of kills some of the jailbreak features that I really like. There doesn't seem any need for it anymore. So, you know, it's one of those things. If there's not a need for it, you know, I haven't missed it, and I probably haven't been jailbroken since about iOS 5 beta 4, I don't think. So that's, you know, a month or so, and I haven't really missed it. So I have to agree, an untethered jailbreak is much better. You know, there are problems when your phone crashes and stuff like that. With a tethered jailbreak, you can't get it to fire up at all. So now they're talking about the iPod. They say they still love music. The Shuffle, the Nano, the iPod Touch are the best iPods that they've ever made. They're talking about the first iPod Nano, and last year they introduced a new iPod Nano, which I absolutely love there, guys. And what I use as a watch, you can probably see there, I love my iWatch. So there's 2 updates to the iPod line. The first, the Nano, like we've just said. I wonder what they're going to do with this. You know, they're saying that it's got a compact design, a multi-touch display, volume buttons, clip, pedometer and FM radio. There are added some new updates. So the first was decided to make it even easier to navigate with giant icons that you can swipe between. So instead of the little ones, so you just, instead of having 4 little icons on the page, you're just going to have big ones. So if I just demonstrate just here, You've got 4 there. You'll just be able to demonstrate. So they've improved the fitness experience as well. You know, that's probably one of the key features, and it does use a speedometer. So out of the box, you can also track your walks, runs, without adding any extra sensors or devices, which is quite nice. To go on and run, come back and plug it in. They update the your Nike Plus website straight away if you do like to keep your data on there. So now they're talking about watch bands that will work with the iPod Nano, and they thought that was funny. So with the updated Nano, we've added some new clock faces for those people who like to wear it. I'm not sure, and I don't know if I have missed this, that they're releasing a whole new Nano, or they've just going to update the iOS in that. So we'll have to wait and see. It would be great to see if they release these new clocks, you know, for the new. So there's 16 new clock faces. I would love to know if it's just going to be an updated OS on the Nano. I would really like that. And for those that are saying that my miss will shout tea's redo when they start talking about the iPhone 5, I've already had my tea, so don't worry about that. All planned. So they're showing off the new clock faces, and some of them are really nice. They've even got a Mickey Mouse one as well. The iPod Nano is available in 7 colours, and at the moment the Nano is $129 for the 8GB and $149 for the 16GB. The Nano is available from today, and they're going to talk about the new iPod Touch. The iPod Touch is probably the most popular iPod, and I can see why that is. It's thin, which it is. They've got a Retina display on it, FaceTime, HD video, gyroscope, and they're saying that it's the #1 most popular game player in the world. And you know, when it runs iOS 5, that would be absolutely great. With iOS 5, the new iPod Touch is going to get all the things that the iPhone is getting as well. You will be able to use iMessage, obviously only over Wi-Fi. You can also take videos and photos and send them as well. Parents like to use it because, like I said, it's on Wi-Fi. It's absolutely free, and it's unlimited. It's also, like I said, a popular gaming device. So a lot of people, you know, are using it. I would love to see if the new iPod Nano is a OS update. So I'm just going to check that for you guys. So let's just head over. I'm just checking Apple's website, and let's have a look at the Nano. So the Nano is not on there at the moment, and it seems the Nano at the moment sells for an 8GB of $149, and the 16GB being $117. It seems that they have lowered the price. Yes, they have lowered the price by $20 for the 8GB to now $129, and $30 for the 16GB now being $149. So that's really nice as well. They're saying that the new iPod Touch is going to be a brand new white version. So there is going to be a white version of the iPod Touch as well for all those guys that wanted the white version. That is really, really good. The iPod Touch was £229 for 8GB, and now that's only £199. So that's saving $30 there. It was $299 for the 32GB, and $399 for the 64GB. That's how much it is going to be now. It's going to be available also on October 12th. So he's done about talking about the iPods, and guess what's up now? The new iPhone. So, they're just talking about how great the iPhone is at the moment, how the iPhone 4 is, and it's the number one smartphone in the world with number one customer satisfaction, and that I am really, really, truly satisfied with that. So now they're telling you about the iPhone 4S. No, it seems that they're going to be iPhone 4S. No, we don't want a 4S. No, we want it, and we wanted an iPhone, not a 4S. That's just not what we want, guys. Unfortunately, a 4S. Why have you done that? They're saying it's going to be all new. It starts with a retina display, glass front and back, stainless steel band around the outside. Guess what? It looks exactly the same as an iPhone 4, people. What have Apple done? Let's please say that they're going to also release an iPhone 5 as well. It's going to be running the A5 chip inside. We all knew that it would be. We all knew that. It's going to be up to 2 times faster. Dual core graphics, up to 7 times faster graphics than the previous iPhone. How games, they're talking about how games are actually going to fly. What is the point of, an iPhone 4S? I have to say, I am a little bit disappointed. We don't want an iPhone 4S, unfortunately. I am really, really disappointed. Let's see if they do release an iPhone 5 for Sprint. I don't think it's going to happen, but people are saying in the comments box that it's corporate greed. It possibly is, but I'm not happy about this, and I think Apple's market share may be going straight down the pan right now. iPhone 4S, I think they've absolutely just killed the audience, unfortunately. I'm just following the Twitter. It's an iPhone 4. People are saying. People are saying it's an awful decision. Why did it take extra time for them to be doing that? There shouldn't have actually been any reason to give to have extra time. Why? Let's see what happens. I am really, really, really disappointed, unfortunately. I am so disappointed that it's called the 4S. So they're now talking about Infinity Blade, and they've got an iOS exclusive called Infinity Blade 2. Sorry if I seem now downhearted. I don't want a 4S. Unfortunately, they're saying with the power of the A5, they can bring all sorts of details in environment like fireflies, leaves in the wind, and koi carp in the pond. And the A5 processor adds to the realism of that as well. I don't care about this. I care about the iPhone 5. Why did they not release an iPhone 5? What did take them so much? We have still got the one more thing, and hopefully that one more thing will be absolutely great. Thanks for all those people that have stayed with me during this whole event. We've now been streaming on for an hour, so thanks for all those people that have stayed with me. It's really, really, really nice for you to stay with me so we can communicate like this, and I feel that we should do a lot more of these. The graphics for Infinity Blade do look really, really good, and I'm sure that A5 processor is going to be a great piece of kit. So they're just watching some video of the gameplay now. So they haven't talked about, any more internals of anything. So we'll see how that goes. Please, that one more thing, please. Let's hope that they talk about the assistant feature as well. I think if they don't release assistant feature, that could kill this model of the iPhone. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I still will be getting an iPhone 4S, guys. You know that's going to happen. They're saying that Infinity Blade 2 will only run like this on an iPhone 4S. So Infinity Blade 2 will be released on December 1st, just in time for Christmas, if that if that interests you at all. We just want to point out that we kind of review products for mobile fun as well, and they will be stocking a hell of a lot of iPhone 4S accessories and cases as soon as they are available, and we will be bringing reviews of those for you as well. So they haven't started talking about cameras at the moment, for all those of you that are asking. So that they're saying that with the new processor they've had to give a lot better battery, and now you're going to get 8 hours worth of talk time on the 3G network, 14 hours on a 2G network of talk time, and 6 hours on 3G web browsing. The wireless system in the phone has been updated, and I assume that there will be a small amount of change in the design. The iPhone has stainless steel band with 2 antennas already, and now you can intelligently switch between the 2 antennas to transmit and receive. Apparently this has never been done before. I don't think they're saying it's going to be twice as fast as data downloading. I still can't get over that they've called it an iPhone 4S, unfortunately, but hey, that's one of the things. And now they're just showing some graphs of all this information. So I suppose we are getting a lot better talk time. 8 hours is not bad at all. They're claiming that you can get 14.4 megabytes per second download speed on the iPhone 4S. They're giving 10 hours worth of video time and 40 hours worth of music playback time as well. So that's really not and with this 14.4 megabits per second on the new iPhone 4S, this is what competitors are claiming about 4G speeds as well. So let's see what else is going to happen there. So they're saying that the iPhone 4 came in GSM and CDMA. They're saying that this new one is going to be a world phone, and yes, it is a world phone. It will work on both GSM and CDMA as well. So that's going to please a lot of people. They can now be able to switch straight away. What network that they're going to be able to. So they'll get a lot better coverage on their phones. Here in the UK, we don't have a CDMA network at all. So they're saying if you travel, you can roam on other networks overseas whilst using CDMA at home in the US, which I think is great for those people that have Verizon iPhones and use a CDMA there. But now they can take their iPhone abroad, pop in micro SIM, and they'll be able to use that as well. So now they're going to talk about the camera system, and let's hope that they are chucking in an 8 megapixel camera. The iPhone 4 is the most used camera on Flickr. They've got to update this with an 8 megapixel camera. people are asking what about Sprint, and they haven't talked about Sprint yet, but as soon as they do, we will let you know. So the iPhone has beaten point and shoots, DSLRs, etc. on Flickr, like I've just said, and it is the #1 device out there to take pictures on Flickr. For all you guys that have an iPod Nano, we will be reviewing some watch straps as well pretty soon on the My Great iPhone channel, so keep watching that. So they talk about what's a new camera like, and it's an 8 megapixel sensor, so that 8 megapixel rumour that you've all been hearing about is exactly right. So it'll let you capture pictures of a size of 3264 by 2448, and you can print them out on an 8x10 glossy photo that is absolutely perfect, and that's really, really smart, and I think that is exactly what people are gonna want. You're getting 60% more pixels than the iPhone 4's camera sensor in the new iPhone 4S. People that are still asking where can they watch the conference, you're not going to be able to watch it, so can you please stop asking. Like they're saying that more pixels doesn't mean that you definitely get a better picture, but they're saying that they now have a backside illuminated sensor, so that lets them gather 73% more light per pixel than the iPhone 4. There's a 33% faster capture too. They're installing hybrid IR filters also. They're getting better colour accuracy with more colour uniformity, and it's a 5-element lens also. So they've seemed to do a lot of stuff to the new camera, which I think is absolutely excellent, and it'll be really nice to be able to use the new iPhone 4S in darker conditions, so you're actually capturing all that information. So they're just showing some pictures about how the new hybrid IR sensor is going to be working, and that new backlit illuminated sensor as well. People that are asking how much it is unlocked, we don't know yet, and they haven't even let us know. They're giving us a wide f2.4 lens with that as well, so it is 8 megapixel, so I think that's one of the features that people are absolutely gonna love. So if you guys got any more questions for us out there at all, what do you think about it being called the iPhone 4S? Are you happy that we're staying with the same design? Are you not happy about that? I can't say that I am particularly happy about this, guys, unfortunately. I would love to see, I would have loved to see a new design already, and we know that 8 megapixels is a lot, and Sony already has it, and so does Samsung, and so do a lot of others. But the camera is absolutely excellent on the iPhone 4, and this new integrated features is going to be a lot better as well. So really, really happy about this. There's some people on Twitter talking about how they're now going to change to an Android phone. I'm not going to do that at all, but I would have liked to see a new design. So they're saying that the new iPhone 4S claims 0.5 of a second between shots, and that is really quite fast. They haven't even spoke about a price tag yet. So they're saying that it's going to take 1.1 second to take the first picture, but then the second, third, fourth, there is only going to be a 0.5 of a second gap, which is, I think that is really good. You can't be disappointed with that at all. So people are asking how long it'll take to jailbreak. The Chronic Dev team recently announced that they already have 5 exploits to be able to jailbreak iOS 5, and they assumed that it would work on the iPhone 5, seeing the A5 processor, because they've already been able to jailbreak the iPad 2 with this. It is a userland jailbreak, so that does mean Apple will be able to patch it, but we'll have to wait and see how they're getting on it. So they're now just showing off some pictures of this, of some of the photos taken with the iPhone 4S, and I wonder if they are going to show any of the pictures of that sushi that was apparently leaked a couple of months ago. Well, not a couple of months, a couple of weeks ago, that showed it 8 megapixel as well. So now they're talking about video recording on the new iPhone 4S. So let's see what we should be getting now. At the moment we can record in 720p video, but I would love to see us be able to record in a higher format. Hopefully they're going to give us a new 1080p. I would love 1080p video recording on the new iPhone 4S. I think it would be excellent. So they are giving us 1080p video recording, and that is absolutely excellent. 1080p is going to be 1080p is going to make so much more difference. If you think 720p is good, 1080p is going to be unreal on a device of this size. People are saying that the Samsung Galaxy S2 has 1080p and that Apple aren't beating their competitors, but Apple, the competitors that are running these Android devices haven't got the apps that go with these, so hopefully what do you want Apple to do? If you don't like the iPhone, go out and buy an Android device. That nobody's forcing you to stay with Apple at all. People are saying on Twitter that they would love to see the one more thing being an iPhone 5, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. So they're just showing some footage now of some of that 1080p video that you can now record on that. Yeah, I'm still talking. They're just showing some video streams at the moment, so there's nothing really to talk about. Battery power is. People are saying that the flash lets it down, but they have incorporated in the new iPhone 4S a better light sensor that's going to let in a 73% more light which is going to work really well. So that flash should get a lot better now as well. So they've stopped showing off video, and you know, the iPhone 4 is now going to destroy flicker with the amount of pictures with this new 8 megapixel camera as well. So they're talking about AirPlay mirroring, and that means that you can now game on bigger screens. So you'll be able to stream from your new iPhone through to your Apple TV and play your games on your TV, but using your phone as a controller, as it were. So I think that's going to be really, really, really good, and I would love to do that. I can't wait to get an Apple TV to be able to do this. I mean, I think my kids would absolutely love it as well. They're saying that you're going to be able to do this AirPlay mirroring both wired or wireless. So that I can't wait to be able to play with that. So now they're starting to talk about AirPlay as well. Sorry, not AirPlay. They're starting to talk about the assistant feature as well. So they're saying that how the Siri or Siri integration that Apple recently bought, how they're going to use that feature to ask the iPhone questions. It should be able to bring you back. Phil says that he's wishing the device could really understand you, and they didn't have, and you weren't restricted to certain music when asking for music or searching directions at all. You're going to be able to ask questions like, will it rain in Cupertino, or do I need an umbrella today? And both the same question, but different ways of asking that they're saying. So, you know, people aren't going to ask, what's the weather like today? They're going to say, is it going to be raining today? Which is the same question, and they want to be able to do this. So they're saying that the intelligent system that helps you get things done just by asking them. They're just showing off this right now. So we're going to do a live voice recognition demo, despite that Phil said that it's not always a good idea. So Scott Forstall is back up, and he says just hold down the home button and Siri will listen in. So let's just see. So they're just showing off some pictures of how it's working right now. So what's the weather like today? And the Siri responds, here is the forecast for today. Bam, it says it's sunny and in the 70s. This is California, remember. So you press the home button and it says, what can I help you with? And you are going to get a small icon at the bottom as well. What is our hourly forecast? Siri responds in the same way. Do I need a raincoat today? And Siri responds, it sure looks like rain today. You know, there's several different things. Spoken this time using GPS Lady Voice as well. They're just going through a whole list of what is actually happening as well. So, you know, this new assistant feature is going to look really smart, I think, and I can't wait to be using it at all. You know, I think I'll use it a lot more. They're talking about how you're going to be asking it, what's the time in Paris, France, and it will tell you. You're going to say, be able to wake up tomorrow at 6, and they're going to respond, okay, that's set for 6 a.m. You know, you're going to be able to ask it to do anything, and it will do that for you. You're going to be able to ask what the stock market is going to be like, so all this as well. So I think you're going to be able to ask for a lot of information. They're talking about, can you find me a Greek restaurant in certain areas? they say that it's found 14, and they're going to give you a rating, and then it gives you a list of all the different ratings. And for you guys that want to be able to see the pictures, we'll be doing a full post on mygreatiphone.com straight afterwards, so you're going to be able to pick those up as well. So they're asking about directions, and it says, can you give me directions to a certain place? So now they're talking about receiving a text message while your phone's in your pocket and you're wearing a Bluetooth headset. So and hopefully we're going to be able to actually have that read in the ear. And it would also be great if you were driving in your car and you could say message whoever, read out the message, it will put it into the message and then send straight away also. So you just hold down the button and say read my message, and Siri does that as well. And they're also talking about that you can reply or read it again as well. And you can also reply to that message as well, straight from it. So Scott asked whether he had any appointments. Siri said he did not, and then Scott said reply, I can do Friday. So you can be able to reply to those messages as well if your phone was in your pocket. And I think that is a really, really neat feature, especially if you're using Bluetooth headsets and you're driving. So I do quite like this new assistant feature, and we will be giving a full review of this on our website as well. So now they're saying that you can automatically create text messages and ask if you want to send it off, how it's just automatically sent to the right person. They're talking about that they can make a calendar appointment. You know, the stuff that this piece of software, this new assistant feature can do is absolutely amazing. And you know, I can't believe that this is the type of stuff that we're getting from this new piece of software, and we haven't seen this in any developer release, so let's hopefully that we'll see that as well. They're saying that you can create a reminder to call my wife when I leave work. Siri asks you to confirm and makes a reminder. Siri already knew his wife, who his wife is, and set up the geofence around his work as well. So I think that is a really smart feature as well, and I can't wait to try this out. I really can't. I don't think you guys know how great this is actually going to be. It's absolutely excellent feature. I can't wait. They haven't actually said how much this is going to be. You know, I hope that they're going to release an unlocked version here in the UK, the 16GB, for around £500 off contract. That is what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you. They're also talking about how you can get it to do other things other than reminders. So they're saying Siri doesn't only remember stuff, it knows as well. So you can ask it to search Wikipedia for Neil Armstrong, and then you will get screens and pictures of what this person looked like in the space suit pop up as well. So, you know, you know, you can ask it for what a definition of the word is, and what it will do, it'll hit up Wolfragram Alpha, and it will give you the definition as well. So we'll have to wait and see what else that it's done. And it does look like this new assistant feature is just for the 4S, obviously, because of the speed. I mean, what type of price do you guys want it to be? What will Siri say if you ask about the iPhone 4? They'll say the iPhone 5. Sorry, somebody's just asked that in the comments box, and it will probably say there is no such device at all. And they talk about you can ask it to convert currency for you and all different types of thing. You know, they're just showing absolutely everything about this new assistant feature as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm really interested to see what price points that they're going to be giving us here. So you can ask it how many days there are till Christmas as well, and it'll give you a numerous amount of replies. 82 days, also 2 months, 21 days, 11 weeks, 5 days, and all different types of stuff like that. You know, it's absolutely amazing. Scott says to tell it to get shopping, but they won't do that for you, unfortunately. You can also tell it to do stuff like call people, play certain music, so you also getting this enhanced function of what we're getting with voice controls, but you're getting so much more. Like I said, it will bring up all your different applications as well. This is just absolutely amazing type of information. You know, a lot of people are wondering what type of discount they're going to get if they trade in their iPhone 4, and I'm not sure. So this new Siri feature is going to allow you to search your web, set timers, and ask more obscure stuff and get routed through certain stuff. It's absolutely amazing, you know. I can't wait to test this out and show you guys what it's going to be all about. We have had to stop tweeting on our account, unfortunately, guys. You know, we were posting too many tweets out about the feature, so you know, you can catch up with all the information and what's happened straight away on our website www.mygreatiphone.com, and we will also be giving a full video review of this and let you know what the main key features are going to be after the event as well. So they've showed off Siri, Scott's off stage, and yeah, they're saying that's the coolest feature of the new iPhone 4S. So all of us people who are stuck with an iPhone 4, we are not going to be able to use the new assistant feature. So let's see when they talk about they're actually going to release the new iPhone 4S. They're still talking about the dictation features as well. So they are also saying that there's now a new microphone next to the spacebar in the keyboard, which we all knew that there was actually going to be. That had been put in there as well, and you can do dictation similar to an Android device, that it's happening remotely. So you can ask it to do smiley faces. So you're definitely going to need a data connection to be able to do this. And we're just hoping we'll see how well this pans out. It's going to be one of those things that I think we'll just have to wait and see. It is nice, and I think I could get a lot more email done as well. So they're talking about how is this going to work They're saying it works out of the box, but it gets better with time as it will learn your voice. They're saying it's going to work in English, that's both US, UK and Australian, plus French and German. It'll be in beta to start, but there'll be more languages and services coming. It also works with built-in apps as well. Okay, they're saying that it'll work in both 3G and Wi-Fi as well. So we'll have to wait and see how it actually pans out. You know, I will be surprised to see what it doesn't do. They've seemed to show off loads of features that it does do. I don't know when it'll be out for purchase yet. They have not released that information as of yet. So they're saying they're definitely excited about the new iPhone 4S, and they've showed a video. They made a video to show it off. So they're showing what the new commercial is going to be like, and for all those English people that are watching, that is a new advert. So let's see what the advert is going to be like as well. Just want to check over that the App Store is not showing the new iPods, so let's just have a look. They're showing off the Siri feature and the new advert for the iPhone 4S as well. So the Apple website has not updated at all with the new prices for the Nano, and I'm really interested to see if the new Nano is just going to be a new price, or if it's going to be a whole new product, or just a new operating system. And I do hope it is just a new operating system. I can't see what is the point of them releasing a whole new device. In fact, let's try and plug it in, and let's see if we get anything from iTunes as well. So they're saying that the advert has got stuff like he's booking meetings while out for a run using Siri. Siri's warned that he has a conflict, the meeting moved, and he said that he didn't want to lose his stride, and now he can even work while that he works out. You know, I think that's a lot of stuff that the new iPhone is going to be able to do. We still haven't got a price for how much this is going to be at all, or when it's going to be out for purchase, unfortunately. So they're just showing, they're still waiting for obviously price and availability, and we're going to see which carriers actually going to get it. There still has not been an update for an update through iTunes for the iPod Nano, so we're not actually sure. They're saying that by the way the antenna's aligned, it looks like the current Verizon version, with the same basic groove placement of the iPhone 4 on Verizon. So that's obviously how they've got around the antenna gate situation as well. So they're still showing adverts off at the moment as well. Let's hope that soon enough we will be able to see some better, more exciting information about costs and things like that. So we'll just have to wait and see now. Okay. So, so there's going to be a black and white version. It's going to retail in the US for the 16 gigabyte of $199, 32 gigabyte for $299, and there is going to be a 64 gigabyte version of the iPhone 4S for $399. That's with a 2-year contract. We don't know what the prices are going to be for unlocked handsets, but hopefully we'll be able to see that pretty soon. You know, it's great that there is going to be some new devices. The iPhone 3GS is going to sell for $49 on a 2-year contract. The iPhone 4 is going to sell still in 16 gigabyte for $199 with a 2-year contract. 3GSs can actually get iOS 5, but you won't get all the features as well. It tells me strange that you can get an iPhone 4 16 gigabyte for $199 and also an iPhone 4S 16 gigabyte for $199 as well. That just doesn't seem right to me at all. That, you know, why would people get an iPhone 4? You know, it's just a bit strange that people are doing this. So let's see if there's any more information coming in on here right now. It's going to hit US, Canada, Australia, the UK, France, Germany, Japan, and it will hit US. It'll be a Verizon, A&T, and Sprint. So you've heard it here straight away that on October the 14th that you're going to be able to buy this device on Sprint, Verizon, and A&T, and pre-orders for the iPhone 4S starts this Friday, the 7th as well, and it's going to be available on October the 4th. So that is October the 4th for October the 14th for release date. Pre-orders on the 7th, going to be available in the US on Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint, and it will be available in the US, Canada, Australia, the UK, France, Germany, and Japan, all at that time. You know, I cannot wait to see what the off-contract prices are going to be for this. Still am disappointed that there's no iPhone 4S, unfortunate. There's no iPhone 5. We still haven't had the one last part though at the moment either. They are saying on the 28th that 20 more countries added and 70 countries by the end of the year and over 100 carriers, which is going to be the fastest rollout of a product ever. You know, Sprint are going to get the iPhone 4S. There's no mention about that magical iPhone 5 with the rumours on Sprint also, but at least they have got it. A lot of people are saying that the iPhone 4S, they're not going to go and get it, unfortunately. You know, I would love to be able to say that it's really made me happy, but I still think I don't know at all. It's just one of those features, unfortunately, that, you know, I would love to go and get it, but I don't think I need an iPhone 4S. I don't know. It's a hard decision for me, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. I need to know what the price range in the UK is going to be. So we'll have to wait and see. So it's called the iPhone 4S. It's the most amazing iPhone 4 ever. But for how long? It looks like it's all about to end anymore. So just really need to see if there are any updates at all. Any more one last things, you know. So no iPhone 5, guys. That is it. It's all over now. One more thing from Tim Cook. So the iPhone 4S is going to have a new 8 megapixel camera. It's going to be running the A5 processor. It's going to be a lot faster than the iPhone 4. It will have the assistant feature. iOS 5 is going to be released on October the 12th. Goldmaster will be released tonight. Also, it's going to be available in Japan, Germany, France, UK, Australia, Canada, and the United States. And the price for this new iPhone 4S is going to be available for 16GB version, $199, 32GB version, $299, 64GB version. There is going to be a 64GB version for $399. The iPhone 4 is going to be a new 8GB model for $99, and the iPhone 3GS is going to be an 8GB model for free. So my rumour that I posted out that there is going to be there's going to be an iPhone 4S and an iPhone 5, and I said that there's no need to do this to get a phone in each category. I was exactly right, that they did need to just carry on with the iPhone 3GS and keeping it alive. Pre-orders are going to start this week on October the 7th, with the launch going to be on October the 14th. I'm going to try and pick up a handset pretty much straight away. So that is all from me, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we will catch you real soon. So glad that you stayed with me all through this video. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be posting a article up straight away on mygreatiphone.com, so head over there right now and we will catch up all those features that will be posted shortly. And remember to catch us up on Twitter as well. Thanks very much for joining us, and we will catch you real soon.